Hello and welcome to Jurassic, Nick. This is part 2, episode 1, the Staff and Operations Center. So just like to say, if you're here for part 1, then you can leave and then come back. I'd just like to say I'm really sorry if my voice sounds croaky. I would like croaky because rough. I just had an activity where I had to cheer on a certain team and thing, and I was having to cheer them on, so my voice really hurts. And it's quite croaky, but I think it'll be okay. I'll push through. It's just about 20. Well, how long is this one? 24 minutes of recording. I don't know. It might get longer. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry about the last episode. I said it was 20 minutes and 20 seconds, but actually something happened and it's got an extra 4 seconds. But it's okay. Oh my god, I cannot keep talking. Really hurts. Anyway, in this part, we do a lot more coverage of the foliage, if you know what I mean. Add a lot more foliage and little decorations just to kind of conceal this section of the park, just to kind of close it off, hide it in a bit more, just so it's not so ugly and plain. I will say this now. This, part 1 and part 2, so episode 1, all the recording, all the voiceovers, all the editing, took me about 9.5, 10 hours, so I really appreciate it if you subscribe and like, or just watch the video. It means a lot to me. It really does. I spent a long time on this. And I know Rebirth came out. Jurassic World Rebirth came out on Wednesday. Oh my god. Assuming I'm posting on this Friday. I am so busy on the weekends. Weekends are my only opportunity to watch the movie, which means I won't be able to watch the movie for 2 weeks minimum, and it might be 3, I'm not sure yet, so I might not get an opportunity to watch the movie in the cinema at all, because it might be out by the time I get an opportunity to watch it. I'm just really busy, I'm sorry. Hopefully I post this video today, which is Friday the 4th. If not, then what I'm saying now is totally pointless and it's wrong. But, as you can see here on the recording, I am just creating it depends how you put it, second or first staff relaxation area. Staff eating, that yeah, you could say eating area. Staff, I don't want to say canteen because the idea is indoors, but just a place to relax. You could say it's the first if you count the one in this last video, but I count the one in the last video, so I'd say it's the second one. That is 4 in total, I would say. If you count that one and that one, yeah, 4. At the time of voicing this over, I have plans for another video that's not about the park, but could affect the park in the future. It is, but hopefully, I mean that was over 2 hours of recording. Hopefully I can edit that down and post it next week, by Friday next week hopefully. So do keep an eye out for that, and episode 2 hopefully will be out then, but no guarantees. I'm not sure how busy I am. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just adding a few lights. And then I'm just experimenting. I just felt there was a bit of empty space I wanted to add. In the end, I had a bench and these bamboo shoots. But yeah, also, I need your guys' help. I want to know if I should add Spinosaurus in this park. if you've watched the previous part to the episode, you know what I'm talking about. I already mentioned it. I have an idea, but I still want to know your opinion. And I want to know what dinosaurs you'd like me to add in this park. Because there's still a few spaces that need to be taken up. And believe it or not, I have not planned this park out entirely. I don't know every dinosaur that's going to go here. So yeah, I really would like to see your opinion in the comments, please. As you can see here, I'm just adding some oil, gas, petrol. I don't know what it is. Canisters of a liquid gas or material. Really material, but you get just some sort of chemicals. I just boxes. I just feel that they match the vibe and the feel of this whole area. Then I go here and I just get, you know, adding foliage, just kind of concealing the general area and closing it off, making it seem more hidden. In case you have just entirely decided to skip part 1, you might be wondering what map I'm using. I'm using the Germany map, but most of you, I'm assuming, who've already watched part 1, know that I am using the Germany map in case you want to use this. And it's not a, like, one of those, what are they called, square maps? You know what I'm talking about, right? The ones that are just like flat, massive. It's not one of those. So I do have limited space, so I can't put too many dinosaurs in. I can't make the place too big. I have an idea of what next episode is going to be, and it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one. And here, there's still some trees here. I'm gonna do that later in this episode or in a future episode. I can't remember. Anyway, I'm just admiring my park. I know it's so beautiful. It's amazing. All of this effort, and look what I've done. Anyway, this is the section that took me a long time. This is the path leading up to the staff and operations center. This took me so long. This took me 45 minutes to an hour to do, and it's still not perfect. I just wanted to create this certain feel. I don't feel I accomplished it in the end. It was so hard. You'll see me just going back and forth in the terrain, just going boom, 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 boom. It took a very long time. I'm so sorry for the sped up recording. The sound sounds really weird because you can hear the song, the theme tune, in the background, but it's because it's sped up. It's going really, really fast. This, you see what I mean? I'm going back and forth. It took me so long. It still didn't get up perfect, but I just had to suck it up and spit it out. I wasn't gonna get it perfect. I kept on having to go back and forth, looking at it and not looking at it, looking at it. In the end, I like what happened. I do think it's good, but I think it could have been better. Here I'm just adding some water. I do make this into I do add some like decorational thing in the water. Just almost as an entry banner. I know, like, guests should be up there. Oh yes, just adding things just as I was mentioning, so guests don't go up there. I don't really want guests going up here. It's not really supposed to. Oh, this. I have this thing, but then it totally destroys the terrain, so I have to get rid of it and redo the terrain. But I think it really suits the thing, so I did decide to add it back somewhere else where it worked a bit better. I say a bit better or not better. As you can see, I'm just looking at what would fit in this bit here because I just felt something needed to go in here. In the end, I just add this. You can just imagine it says something about staff area, or like something along that lines, operation center. You know what I mean? Also, with the lights, I tried to change the colour because I didn't know how to. Is there a way to change the colour of the lights? If so, I would really like to know, so please tell me in the comments. I might do a bit of experimenting myself today, maybe a future video when I create future videos, I don't know, but it'd really help if you could say in the comments. As you can see here, I'm just adding a barrier and just some trees and foliage and potted plants. This is where it's like we're approaching halfway to the video. A lot of this from now on is the path. It took me so long. I cannot emphasize how long it took me to do this path. Majority of the video has been doing, well, not majority of the video, but the thing I did the most was this path. I know, it's crazy. I spent so long on this path and it still didn't come out perfect. It's annoying, but that's life. Sometimes you put a ton of effort into things and they don't turn out right. But you know, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. It's a bit wonky, but I don't. Who's really judging? You know, who's really judging? I think here is where I add the thing back. You know, the now because of it, the shed, the maintenance shed. I'm pretty sure. I might not add that yet, but I do add it back here. I'm pretty sure. 90% sure. Oh yes, this is the third seating area. I decided to change it. I added some of these, and I wanted to add them on like this grass, but they had this really annoying building constraint. And in the end, I didn't like it on the grass, so I did change it. And I added more other buildings. I mean, not other buildings, other streets, you know? Goodness, my voice really hurts. Yeah. I do this in another section, it's the final one. I just add a bit of foliage first here. Just to kind of hide the back of the buildings and stuff. You know, you don't really want people seeing other parts of buildings and more like staff seeing parts of buildings. I just think plants, I think I did overdo the plants bit here. But I didn't really know what else to put because I didn't want to do too much pavement because it is a staff section. And I didn't want to do too much unnatural stuff because there wasn't enough stuff to take up the stuff. So I did obviously end up going down the route of a lot of foliage. Now you may be wondering, I can't remember if I mentioned this in the first part, but I do have basically everything that could be turned off. Obviously I have unlimited money. I have like no research. I've turned the times down so they're really short. I have the park closed for a long time. Stuff like this. Because you have to remember, I'm not doing this to play the game. I mean, I'm doing it to play the game, but I'm doing it to create a park that is good. I'm not super fussed about like, oh, I need to get 5 stars, or oh, it needs to be realistic. I want to go detail, you know, and make a nice park instead of, you know, and you see those YouTubers all the time who just make parks that aren't like super detailed, super nice. Those are okay. I might do a few videos where I do things like that, but like when I do my big non-park series, I'm gonna make it detailed, you know. I'm gonna put a lot of effort into it. I don't care if each episode takes me 5 hours to record or 5 hours to edit. I think it's nicer to do it that way. I prefer that, and then I have something to do, you know, instead of really short videos, but then I run out of videos. Anyway, I add this statue here, which is quite nice. It's in front of the science center, so I think it kind of gives that element of like science, because it's like, you know, oh look, the dinosaurs that we made, and this is the center where we make them. So this is where I add the final seating section, and it's also where I go and add the concrete here, not concrete, pavement here. And I had the thing paused for a long time, I don't know why. I had the pavement here, and then I'm like, you know what? Pavement's good here. I'm just gonna add it in the other section because it's really bad in the other section because there's no pavement. So I do go back, and I also add a few seats afterwards, and I think that's a lot. It's a lot better what I did with the thing. With the other section afterwards, I think it really needed it. As you can see now, you just really want to emphasize on these decorations. Just try and make the park as decorated and as nice as possible. Otherwise it just looks kind of ugly and plain, and it's not really what you want from a park. I mean, I guess you can, if that's what you want, that's what you want, but in my opinion, I don't really think that having a plain park is good. So if you are doing your own builds, I would recommend putting more time and effort, because then you have that lovely reward when you've done the plant and you're like, oh my god, it's amazing. Okay, it took me a few months to build, but I really like it, you know? Instead of doing like tons of small parts, you're like, oh, this is boring. I'm not proud of what I've done. So I would recommend doing these detailed parts. Anyway, I should probably talk a bit more about what we're doing. Instead of going off and talking about something else. I deleted those because they were off-brand. Well, I wouldn't say off-brand, but they just didn't. They weren't the same as those ones down there. They're really wonky. So I did have to move these back in the end, as you can see I'm doing now. I don't know if it fit. I don't think. Yeah, there you go. I had to put a bit first, but oh my goodness, how long am I taking on this one? Foliage. Foliage planter. I think here I just add a ton of trees, basically. Wait, no. This is where I add the thing back. The what do you call it? The shed. That instead. Oh yes. Here I am, as you can see now, adding the pavement. I do create quite a almost closed off. As you can see, there's only those 2 entry points. To this bit, and I add quite a lot of foliage around the edges, so it just kind of almost creates this bit a bit more private, if you want to say. It's not that private. I do add more foliage than there is right now, just so you know. I feel I added too much around the section because it feels really closed off. But hey ho, it is what it is. I don't want to dwell on the past, but I think it turned out really good anyway. Oh my god, when I'm done with this, I'm gonna go straight to get a drink. I'm glad I don't have hay fever because that'd be really bad. I have sore throat and hay fever, but I don't, so it's good. As you can see here, I'm just adding a few more plants. Yeah, it's just a lot of what there is in this part. As I said, it's just a lot of plants. Honestly, the thing that took the most time was that path, but I sped that up so much that you barely even noticed. As you can see here, it's just a lack of space. There needs to be something here, and there's nothing here. So in the end, that's why I add the utility thing. I don't know why I'm looking at the hotels because it's not where the hotels are going to go. I have a plan for the hotels. And I hope you like it. I hope you like where the hotels will go. Here, as I am finally doing, I am now going to add the I'm so sorry, my voice really hurts. I'm going to add the maintenance shed. It's a classic maintenance shed. I will do it, you just have to have patience. At the time I didn't know that I should put it there, and I was just experimenting with all this stuff, and then eventually I'm like, yeah, there you go, it's a classic. That's not much. I think it just fit the feel of the place really well. And then I just added a ton of trees and bushes around it to, you know, hide the area off a bit. I think I do make this path on the side a bit thicker. I mean, like the one leading up to the staff. What was it? Staff center. No, staff. I forgot what they were called. You know the building with the solar panels on it over there. I make that path a bit thicker. Just because I felt like it felt kind of one-sided with the foliage on the side, thin, and I wanted it to be a relatively large path, but then it wasn't, so I made it relatively large. As you can see here, I'm about to. See, there you go. There you go. Now I'm making it thick. See, I told you, I make it a bit thicker. I can't remember if I did. No, I don't. I don't much footage in this video. If you're excited for episode 2, please do say, and remember, like, you know, you can subscribe, so you know, and then you won't miss out on the future episodes to come in this series. It's a small section of land, so I don't know how long the series is gonna be, but it could be a couple of episodes 10, 12 maybe, I'm not sure. And I do have an idea for my next 2 parks maybe. Potentially, I don't know. We'll see where we are when we're done with this part. And I definitely have an idea for my next park. I will say that. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I still got this, and I got a lot of other episodes to go, and a lot of other episodes that aren't even related to this to go. As you can see here, this is like the final stretch. We've got like what, 3 minutes left, 4 minutes left. Just adding foliage, just kind of finishing it off. You know, I have like lots of lacking spaces where I do need to add foliage, and I just creating a barrier and just finishing it off. But yeah, so as I said, I really like it if you mention something in the comments, like about dinosaurs, or if you're excited for not Dominion, Rebirth, or Jurassic World Evolution 2, 3. I mean, this is 2. Just if I should put Spinosaurus in, or suggestions for areas in the park, anything, and I really appreciate it, and I might even do it and pin the comment, so that would be good. I need to find out how to pin the comment, but I will do it. I'll probably take a screenshot and paste it in, but I'll try my hardest to do the comments. But like, you do have to understand, if you do a comment, there's not 100% chance I see it, and there's a high chance I see it, but there's not 100% chance I do it, because if it's like, say it's about like, oh, you should do like this dinosaur here, when I've already got a plan for the dinosaur, then, or like I'm leaving it out, then unfortunately that won't happen, most likely, or maybe even make me change my mind. I don't know. It is a very wonky path. There wasn't really much I could do about it. In the end, I'm happy I got what I got, and it's not so important because it's not like guests are going here, so the staff are kind of, you know, you don't have to be worried about it being steep as worried about it being steep because they're trained. Obviously, they're working in a park with dinosaurs. I don't think a slope's going to be much of a problem. I don't think my maintenance shed looks really good, and this bit where I made the flip path, it worked really well. As you can see, you're basically getting a little tour. I'm just walking around the park, doing a few, well, not park, walking around this section, doing a few laps almost. I'm just going around. You can see the section. Oh yes, it's a bit plain, but this is because this section here, I mean not this bit, but some of it, especially the cliff, is kind of all going to be covered in a different episode where I do an enclosure that will be at the bottom of the thing. And as I said, there's going to be a little section that you can see from up there. That's why I wanted to try and leave it, but I do need to add some stuff here because this was just really bad. There was nothing there and it needed something. So in the end I added these fluffy bushes. But I really would like to say a big thank you for watching. I hope you liked the episode. Please say something in the comments. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I spent about 10 hours on this, so just watching it helps. Just watching the whole thing really helps. We are coming to the end now. Please likes and subscribe. It means a lot. Turn on the notifications so you know exactly when the next episode comes out. Thank you for watching.